I've driven the 2025 SUVs from Toyota, Mazda, and Subaru, and I can tell you, one's built to take your money and make you smile every mile, and another's just cashing in on its name. Let's find out which is which. Hello everyone, this is Scott from CarlandTV. It's time to hop in the front seat because today, it's a three-way showdown to see which of these heavyweights in the SUV segment has the right to earn the crown of being the best. Before I start, I would really appreciate it if you would push those buttons below. The subscribe button, the notification bell, all of them. This is not necessary, but those little clicks help a brother out. Plus, it pushes me to give you more valuable car-related content on your screen. Now, buckle up, and let's get back to the video. Round 1. Brand DNA. Spend enough time around Toyota, Mazda, and Subaru, and you start to feel each one's personality the moment you shut the door. Toyota has a steady hand. I've been out at their proving grounds, watching engineers abuse prototypes in ways most owners never will, and the goal's always the same: make it run for 15 years without drama. They don't chase trends. They stick to the recipe that's kept folks loyal for decades. Bulletproof drivetrains, hybrids that sip fuel like a hummingbird, and a parts network that'll keep you rolling even in the middle of nowhere. Mazda is a whole different vibe. I got seat time in the 2025 models, and you can tell they tune these things for folks who actually enjoy driving. The steering's tight, the suspension feels dialed, and even their small crossovers have that planted, confident feel you usually get in pricier European brands. They're not trying to out-Toyota. They're carving their own lane. Style, handling, and interiors that make you look back at your ride when you park it. Subaru is the one that laughs at bad weather. I spent a rainy weekend up in Vermont with the new Forester and Outback mules, and it was the same old Subaru magic. Point it into slop, snow, or gravel, and it just goes. Full-time all-wheel drive isn't a marketing checkbox for them. It's the backbone. Everything they build feels ready for a dirt road or a ski trip at a moment's notice. 3 badges, 3 clear missions. And that's what makes this matchup in 2025 worth paying attention to. Round 2. Lineup strength. When you stack Toyota, Mazda, and Subaru's 2025 SUV rosters, you're looking at 3 different ways to tackle the same problem, which is building something you can live with every day, year after year. Toyota's bench is deep. The RAV4 continues to be the bread-and-butter model, now hybrid across the board with trims ranging from budget-friendly LE to the trail-ready Woodland Edition. Step up and you've got the Highlander Hybrid, still one of the best family haulers in the segment. And if you're leaning toward electric, the BZ4X is their first step into a fully electric SUV future. Toyota's whole game here is giving you options without sacrificing the reputation for reliability they're known for. Mazda's SUV lineup is leaner but sharper. The CX-5 remains the star, blending sharp handling with just the right size for most buyers. Above it, the CX-50 brings extra ground clearance and a tougher stance, while the CX-93 row pushes deep into premium territory with available plug-in hybrid tech. Mazda doesn't flood the market with endless trims. They focus on making each model feel special, even the base versions. Subaru's lineup is built for all-weather warriors. The Forester remains the go-to for folks who live where the snow sticks around for months, while the Outback blurs the line between SUV and wagon in a way no one else has really matched. The Ascent handles the 3-row crowd, and the Wilderness trims across the lineup bring more ground clearance, skid plates, and off-road tuned suspension without killing on-road comfort. Each brand's 2025 lineup plays to its strengths. Toyota covers the widest ground, Mazda dials in refinement and handling, and Subaru locks down the rugged, all-wheel drive, ready lifestyle. Round 3. Performance and driving feel. Get behind the wheel of these brands' 2025 SUVs, and you'll know right away they're built with different priorities in mind. Toyota's hybrids dominate their lineup, and they've got that smooth, predictable power delivery down to a science. The RAV4 hybrid gives you just enough punch for highway merges while keeping the revs calm, and the Highlander hybrid's extra size doesn't rob it of efficiency. They're not going to make your palms sweat in a corner, but they'll give you rock-solid composure whether you're in stop-and-go traffic or hauling down the interstate. Mazda plays in a different sandbox. The 2025 CX-5 still feels like it was tuned by people who love driving. Steering is quick without feeling twitchy. The suspension soaks up bumps without killing road feel, and body roll stays tight when you push it. The CX-50 takes that formula and adds a bit more ride, height, and grip for dirt or gravel. And the CX-90? It's a big rig, but you can tell Mazda didn't phone it in. It's still got that balanced, driver-focused feel. Subaru's edge comes from the grip and stability of its full-time all-wheel drive. The 2025 Forester stays planted in corners and powers out of slushy intersections like it's nothing. The Outback still manages to feel car-like on pavement, but when you hit a rough patch or muddy trail, you can lean on that symmetrical all-wheel drive to keep you moving. Round 4. Interior, comfort, and tech. The second I climbed into the 2025 RAV4, it reminded me why Toyota sells so many of these things. The layout just works. Buttons are where your hand expects them. The screen fires up quickly now that they've ditched the old laggy setup, and even the base cloth seats hold you steady without feeling cheap. In the limited trim, you get softer touch points and a more polished dash. But even the workhorse trims feel ready to rack up 200,000 miles without the plastics peeling or rattling. Mazda's cabins hit different. The 2025 CX-5 still feels like it belongs in a class above its price tag. The steering wheel's got that just right thickness, the stitching looks like someone actually cared, and the new Google-based infotainment in higher trims makes Apple CarPlay and Android Auto feel snappier. The CX-90? That's the one you step into and go, yeah, this is what I wanted my last luxury SUV to feel like, without paying luxury dealer pricing. Subaru plays its own game. The Forester's upright driving position and those massive windows make it one of the easiest SUVs to see out of a godsend when you're creeping down a snowy trail or squeezing between cars in a tight lot. Starlink's menus are straightforward, and the physical knobs mean you're not hunting through touchscreens just to change the temp with gloves on. Materials lean tough over fancy, but that's the point. These interiors are built for dogs, mud, skis, and whatever else you toss in. So yeah, Toyota nails everyday usability. Mazda makes it feel premium, and Subaru builds it to take a beating without losing comfort. Round 5. Reliability, safety, and maintenance. If we're talking long game, Toyota's still the heavyweight champ. The 2025 RAV4 and Highlander aren't just known for reliability. They've built their whole reputation on it. I've seen RAV4 second in the shop for regular oil changes at 300,000 miles, like it's no big deal. Parts are easy to find, maintenance costs stay low, and hybrids sip fuel so lightly you start wondering if the gauge is broken. Safety-wise, Toyota Safety Sense 3.0 is standard on everything, with lane keeping, adaptive cruise, and a pre-collision system that's actually smooth instead of jerky. Mazda's no slouch here either. Their newer models, like the 2025 CX-5 and CX-50, have proven solid over the years, and they've kept recalls to a minimum. Running costs are reasonable, though premium tires and brakes for the higher performance trims can add up. Mazda's safety game is strong too, with standard adaptive cruise, lane centering, and a driver attention monitor that isn't overly annoying. The difference? Mazda leans a bit more on driver engagement than total isolation, so you still feel connected. Subaru, meanwhile, is rock steady when it comes to safety. EyeSight Driver Assist is standard across the lineup for 2025, and the new wide-angle cameras in the Forester and Outback pick up hazards earlier than you do. All-wheel drive fuel economy used to be their weak spot, but they've tightened it up. The Forester now pushes close to 30 miles per gallon on the highway. Maintenance is straightforward, and resale stays strong, especially in cold weather states where Subaru loyalty is almost a religion. If you want peace of mind from day 1 to year 15, Toyota's still the most bulletproof. Mazda keeps things tight and fun without burning your wallet, and Subaru builds for the people who live in tough conditions year-round. Who won? After putting real miles on these 2025 lineups, here's how it shakes out. Toyota's still the most well-rounded. They've got reliability locked down, resale value that'll make you grin when you trade in, and hybrid tech that keeps fuel stops rare. If you want a no questions asked, do everything SUV that'll still feel tight in 2035, Toyota's your safe bet. Mazda has earned serious respect. The 2025 CX-5, CX-50, and CX-90 prove they can deliver driving feel, premium interiors, and real-world usability without going luxury price crazy. If you actually enjoy being behind the wheel and want something that feels like more than an appliance, Mazda might be your winner. Subaru stays in its lane, and that lane usually has snow, gravel, or mud on it. The 2025 Forester and Outback aren't pretending to be luxury, but they're tough, safe, and built for people who rack up miles in places other SUVs avoid. But if I've got to hand over the crown for 2025, it's Toyota by a nose. The mix of long-haul dependability, everyday comfort, and class-leading resale tips the scales. Mazda's closing the gap with sharper driving and upscale touches, and Subaru will always own the rugged lifestyle crowd. But Toyota's versatility makes it the one brand that can fit just about any driver's life. It's not about which one's bad, as all three are solid. It's about which one wins in the most categories without a real weak spot. And for 2025, that's Toyota.